2009, we made history with the election of President Barack Obama. He called us to service as there remains much work to do to end unemployment, poverty, and crime in our communities. There's so many books on how we can accomplish this, but this year everyone's raving about this summer's hottest new book, The Solution for Black America, Reclaiming, Rebuilding, and Restoring the Urban Ghettos in America by Chicago's own Emmanuel Barbee. A graduate of Northeastern Illinois University, Barbee addresses key ways we back our families and communities. But unlike so many other books on this topic, Barbee captivates his reader, presenting solutions through a riveting life story. It's entertaining, it's different, it's exciting. The perfect book club selection. Don't be left out. Get your copy of The Solution for Black America, Reclaiming, Rebuilding, and Restoring the Urban Ghettos in America. Order today at Amazon.com.
Welcome to Help Stop the Genocide in American Ghettos podcast. I am Emmanuel Barbee, the creator and host of this show. Hello, global black family, and thank you for your presence. I understand that many of you are working parents and don't have a lot of time. This podcast is a solution-based approach to addressing and solving black issues starting in America. This podcast is also about group interaction, global black unity, kingdom building, and black empowerment in the 21st century. The grassroots community activist movement is about making black liberation in America, Africa, and throughout the African diaspora a reality. This podcast is also about educating black people worldwide by providing a forum in which artists, authors, black business owners, and Christian leaders can come together in a supportive environment. When we say community, we mean it. We are not affiliated with any organization. We are an independent. The grassroots community activist movement incites social change through community engagements that cultivates knowledge, dialogue, and action within the black community, starting in Chicago. Our vision is to incite empathy through dialogue, thought, dialogue, and action through our podcasts, our upcoming film, and future black business. We are on the front lines battling corporate radio on behalf of the black community. I encourage those of you who are new to this podcast, please subscribe to my Mixcloud page, my Linktree page, and my YouTube channel in order to stay informed about what we're doing. Also leave a comment in the comment section below and share this video podcast with your friends to help get the ball rolling. I host these free online events in order to network with everyone on my friends list, everyone in my social groups, and all of my international friends from around the globe. It's convenient because you can participate, listen, or watch this video in the privacy of your home. You would need to contact me through Facebook Messenger, either as a voice call or a video call. The phone icon is for voice call, and the camera icon is for video call. After I'm done with my pep talk, I will open up the phone lines for Q&A. If you would like to come on the show to promote your business, your ministry, or share your talents and skills with my listeners from the podcast community, just let me know, and I will mark my calendar to reserve your spot. The best day and times for me are Thursday evenings through Sunday evenings after 3 p.m. Central Time. I prefer that we do a phone test to check and see if your phone device is compatible with Facebook Messenger as a voice call. If not, then I recommend that you create a free Google account or a free Skype account so that we can do the show on either Google Plus Hangouts or Skype. After the show, I offer my guest speakers an incentive by sharing with them how to create their own podcast or create their own YouTube channel and earn revenue from it. I also assist people on my friends list / people in my social groups with creating basic websites, finding college scholarships and grants, housing, legal services, all for free. I don't ask for any donations. Instead, I encourage them to please support me by purchasing my revised book and sharing my book information with their families and friends. It's available as an ebook for $9.99, and it's also available as a softcover book for $15 plus shipping and handling. Tonight presentation, Confronting Willie Lynch in 2020, calling on the global black family worldwide on Facebook Live. Before I begin my presentation, our hearts and prayers goes out to the Kobe Bryant family and the other families that were with him who lost their lives. I'm asking for all of my Christian friends worldwide to pray and be in agreement with me that the Illinois Secretary of State and the IRS will approve my 501c3 application this year so that I can open up my business account with my bank and begin soliciting angel investors and sponsors to invest $400,000 into my film project. Then I can hire qualified film crew and quality actors in Jesus' name. Pray that my film will be a hit at the box office and reach the masses nationally and internationally. In Jesus' name. Pray that my 28 years online will not be in vain, that through my story I will be able to launch my Christian business nationally and international. In Jesus' name. I pray that the proceeds from my film and book will put me in a better position financially to purchase property, equipment, and hire black middle-class professionals who will assist me in carrying out everything which I have written in my revised book. In Jesus' name. I discussed the Willie Lynch in my revised book. Some people say that the Willie Lynch letter is fake. Whether the letter is fake or not, the question remains, is it working? We as black people keep getting bombarded with information and circumstances that don't concern us, such as immigration. Immigration is not our fight. We live in the information age. Do the research. There is no excuse. Ignorance is a choice. I refer to the Willie Lynch as a slave mentality, or for a better word, a failure mentality. I ran across many people when I did street ministry they were talking against education. Some people told me that Malcolm X was self-educated and that he made it. And this is true. Yes, he was self-educated. But I explained to them that in this day and age, you need more than just a high school diploma. You also need to get that vocational training, just in case if you're not interested in going to a 2-year or a 4-year university. So that way you can basically support your family. I told them about my vision on improving our inner cities in America, started here in the city of Chicago, about rebuilding Black Wall Street in the heart of the ghetto. They looked at me dumbfounded. For 2 years, I've done my best to reach brothers and sisters in the streets, but I was unsuccessful. I was unable to reach them. For me, failure is not an option. It's treason for us as black people to turn our backs on our children who are trapped in American ghettos. It's not their fault. Again, since 2001, over 4,000 people in the city of Chicago alone has been killed due to urban violence. And that's unacceptable. And that's how come I keep pushing my agenda of talking about, help stop the genocide in American ghettos. Because this thing can be solved. But it takes a collective. We have to be more involved as black people. Nowadays, our people are becoming Americanized. You get I got yours, I got mine, you get yours mentality. So that's really hurting us. And then a lot of our people are not patronizing each other. We're patronizing everybody else. So that's a sad state, and I don't like it. And I'm going to do something about it through my Christian business. And I am going to declare war on this Willie Lynch mentality within the black culture through this business. I turned to the internet to create GRCAM, the Grassroots Community Activist Movement, because I was fed up with all of the division among black people. Pan-Africanism was not working for African Americans / Black Americans. I wanted to start a new movement in Black America. I created my first group on November 10th, 1991 on a site called Gopher. I wanted to help raise awareness about the genocide which is taking place within our inner cities in America, starting in Chicago. I also wanted to connect with other like-minded African Americans, Afro-Brazilians, Afro-Canadians, Afro-Caribbeans, Afro-Europeans, African immigrants, and Native Africans from around the globe. After 15 years of being rejected, humiliated, and ignored by established black organizations in Chicago, I decided to document my experience and publish my story. The Solution for Black America, Reclaiming, Rebuilding, and Restoring the Urban Ghettos in America, 2nd edition, in hopes of attracting 30 black middle-class professionals within the United States to join my management team in order to make my black Christian business effective and successful for years to come. Nehemiah was called by God to rebuild the walls of Jerusalem. He did not build the wall by himself. He had a professional team, people like architects, bricklayers, and engineers. Likewise, I want black middle-class professionals who have the following credentials: investors, business partners, black entrepreneurs, social entrepreneurs, and philanthropists. I am also looking for legitimate film producers, actors, stage managers, grant writers, technical directors, marketers, accountants, business administrators, social workers, financial planners, lawyers, real estate brokers, and insurance agents. I have my articles of incorporation and my bylaws typed and available for my nonprofit cooperative. I also have my articles of organization typed and available for my for-profit service-based business. Yet, to add insult to injury, still to this day, I don't have anyone on my management team. Again, failure is not an option for me. In my revised book, I provide a 21st century plan on how my Christian business will help eradicate urban violence in Chicago while meeting the social needs of the black community and strengthening the black family if given a chance. I wrote my book for 3 reasons. One reason is to raise awareness about the genocide which is taking place in our inner cities in America. Another reason is to promote my virtual Christian socialist organization, the Grassroots Community Activist Movement, GRCAM. GRCAM will become a real black Christian business known as GRCAI, the Grassroots Community Activist Institute, starting in Chicago. Our mission: to eradicate urban violence in Chicago through our programs and services, to tackle poverty, institutionalized racism, and police brutality within the black community, to promote economic opportunities in the African American community by being a community advocate and resource for our members, to strengthen the black family by working directly with single black mothers and single black fathers who want to utilize our programs and services. We will offer youth services to children and young adults by providing them with a stipend to be in our films, stage plays, and music videos. This act alone will have a positive impact in the black community based on our budget and sponsorship. To create a sense of national urgency about the genocide which is taking place within our inner cities in America, starting in Chicago. We will achieve this through journalism, social media, and public forums. In all of our work, we strive to educate and enlarge our audience of concerned citizens who care about solving black issues once and for all in America. To create innovative educational programs that advance the black agenda and challenge challenge our audience in Chicago and beyond. For me, failure is not an option. Black millennials, GRCAM is for you and the mobile generation. I am from Generation X. I was unsuccessful at reaching my peers due in large part by this Willie Lynch mentality within our racial group. I broke the vision and made it plain in my revised book. Now it's up to you to decide what you want to do with the knowledge I have provided. Our focus is on providing quality programs and services to the low-income African American community and work directly with single black families that want to utilize our programs and services. Finally, I wrote my book in order to generate capital/seed money so that I can purchase property, equipment, and hire 30 black middle-class professionals within the United States who will assist me in the daily operation of my Christian business, GRCAI. I want to make Chicago a model first before we expand to 10 other cities throughout the Midwest. I also plan on hiring African immigrants in America to assist me in setting up chapters in 10 African nations. The only thing which is preventing me from turning my virtual Christian socialist organization into a real black Christian business is the lack of manpower and the capital. This is why I turned to social media to get my message out to the public through my YouTube videos, my social groups, my blog postings, my online talk show, my revised book, and now through my upcoming urban Christian film, Hood Liberator, made in Chicago. The war against Willie Lynch begins. This is my last attempt to try to do something positive for my racial group in America. I don't have another 28 years to waste. I'm giving everyone on my friends list and everyone in my social groups an opportunity to be a part of this film project. I want to be remembered for trying to help our youth who are overlooked by American society. It's not my burden alone, but rather a shared burden, for I'm just one black man with a vision and a plan. It takes a team to make a dream work. GRCAM is a global community of thinkers and builders. I need your help to move GRCAM from behind the computer into our urban communities that need our talents and skills. The Grassroots Community Activist Institute will be membership-based. Everyone will be screened, must attend our mandatory orientation, and sign the community pledge. No exceptions. No hardened criminals, no active gang members, no urban terrorists, no pedophiles, and no half-steppers allowed in my organization. This is how I get down. This is my contribution back to my community, society, and throughout the African diaspora. Some Bible scriptures to back up what I'm saying. Proverbs 29 verse 18. Where there is no vision, the people perish, but he that keepeth the law, happy is he. Matthew 10 verse 14. And whosoever shall not receive you, nor hear your words, when ye depart out of that house or city, shake off the dust of your feet. So, again, I'm not going to start this business until I have my management team in place first and foremost. Yes, we're going to go to those rough areas, those areas, high crime, gang and drug infested communities. Not there to, say that we're better and all that stuff, to look down on people, but we're going there to try to help our youth, the young people that's being slaughtered, to work with families that's under distress. Again, I don't associate with criminals, and I do not associate with con artists. So I'm going to have protocol in place. I'm asking all of my group members to please purchase my revised book. I would recommend if you get the ebook for $9.99 and read it. Read it for yourself. I only want to hear from people that's in agreement. I don't have time to debate. It is what it is, and I stand on everything which I've written. And my revised book is the foundation of my business. Under the spiritual component, we're going to use the King James Version or the NIV. And that's why it's going to be separate components. Again, it's going to be 5 main components in my Christian business: a social service component, a spiritual component, which is going to be optional for secular people, an entertainment component, an entrepreneur component, and a political component. And they're going to work separately, but still going to be under like one roof. And our goal again is to eventually create a cooperative workplace, eventually a cooperative grocery store, and a cooperative housing for our members. And again, if I'm unable to get those 30 black middle class professionals here in America to come forth to work with me, then I'm willing to hire African immigrants here in America to work with me and Sister Renee. And once we get it here, that will be credibility. That all this stuff that I've written about, that my Creator has validated me. Yahshua, he's the one that called me to do this. He's the one that gave me the vision in the first place, and I claim ownership. And also, this business is based on my personal experience. So now I believe once I start making money, everyone is going to want to come out the woodwork then and play like they want to be a part of it and all that stuff. Congratulations. Ain't nothing going to change. I want people still going to have to be screened first and foremost, because I want to make sure that we don't get any quote unquote, let's say, rotten apples in the barrel of fresh apples. If you have that one rotten apple, it can contaminate the whole barrel of apples. So that's how come, we have to separate ourselves from people that don't mean us any good. And yes, that's people within our own racial group that has this a failure mentality, or call it a Willie Lynch mentality. But anyway, they have a negative mentality to harm other people, especially our other black people. So those are the kind of people I want to stay away from. And con artists and all that stuff, that's not cool. Again, I'm not asking for any donations. Instead, I just ask that people would take me serious as an author. I'm not interested in writing any more books as well. I'm interested in creating businesses to give our young people an opportunity to be successful in life. Because we always want to get involved in other people's issues. Again, like that immigration. GRCAM is for black people. Other racial groups are welcome to join us, but first I want to make sure we have our house in order first, that we learn how to get along with each other. and I want to bring this to the continent. I'm gonna come against that colonized mentality. Same thing like over here. Just it's gonna be different because it's just basically it's the same, but again, we're different cultures. So I can identify with people in South Africa. The financial elites, they are only 2% of the population, and yet they own 70% of the land. That's not cool. And so yes, we want to make our presence known in South Africa, and try to, in a diplomatic way and in a nice way, push back from those financial elites and let them know, hey, look, this is a new day. Also, we want to make our presence known not just in South Africa, like I say, in 10 other African nations. But I'm just trying to get it started here in America, because that's where I'm at. Yes, it's a shame that it had to take this long, but all I have is just my book, my story, and I have my vision, So, but I'm very, I'm dedicated, and again, failure is not an option. Well, I'm going to open up the phone lines now, and people that have any specific questions about this video podcast, please feel free to voice your opinion. Again, if you're not able to participate, if you're having technical difficulties with your internet service, I recommend that you write under the comment section some words of encouragement. I would appreciate that. That's proven that, at least, you're trying to participate, you're trying to be on this show. But hopefully you have another opportunity, because we're going to continue to keep doing these shows until I'm able to get the green light from the IRS, and then I'm going to be working out in the field. And so there you have it. So that's going to conclude our the presentation for this evening, but the phone lines are now open, so I'm ready to take calls.